Welcome to back my channel LC Coins World. Washington quarter dollars are one of the most iconic coins in US history. Both collectors and, or die Italy, investors alike over the decades these coins have not only told the story of America but have also become incredibly valuable in the market, with some specimens fetching astronomical prices. In this video, we'll dive deep into the top 6 most valuable Washington quarter dollars that are highly sought after in today's action-packed coin market. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or a newcomer to coin collecting, these coins are worth your attention. Let's get started. First up, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar with the rare and eye-catching mint mark from the Denver Mint, featuring an extraordinary red color shade. Coin isn't just another quarter collectible, a treasure from American coinage history that is creating a buzz in today's action-packed coin market. If you're a serious collector or even a curious beginner, this is one coin you'll want to know everything about. So buckle up, because the value, history, and unique features of this coin are nothing short of fascinating. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, intended to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It quickly became a staple of American pocket change and has remained a part of the U.S. currency system for decades. By 1982, the Washington quarter had seen several design evolutions and improvements. The coin, minted in 1982 at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mark, was part of a production run or diet of high standards but rarely produced coins with the vibrant red color tone we're highlighting today. This red hue is not only unusual but visually stunning, setting this particular coin apart from the standard silver gray tones seen in circulated quarters. What makes the 1982 D Washington quarter truly special is not just its historical roots or the D mint mark, but the stunning and rare red color shade condition that distinguishes it from the rest. This red toning is typically the result of chemical reactions between the coin's metal and its storage environment over decades. When this toning occurs naturally and evenly across the coin, it becomes one of the most recognized American coins in circulation. The 1982 D quarter was minted in Denver, Colorado, during a period when the U.S. Mint faced significant budget constraints and operational changes. This year was particularly important because the Mint made a major decision that would affect collectors for decades. They halted the production of mint sets that are specially packaged and circulated coins typically offered to collectors. Since mint sets were not issued in 1982, many coins from that year did not receive the same level of preservation as those from years with available sets. This makes high-grade 1982 D quarters difficult to find and increases their value, especially in mint state condition. The quarter was composed of copper and nickel layered over a pure copper core composition that had replaced the traditional 90% silver alloy in 1965, following the Coinage Act of 1965 due to rising silver prices. By 1982, the copper-nickel-clad composition had become standard for most circulating U.S. coinage, including dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The weight of the coin was 5.67 grams with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing hundreds of millions of these coins, which bore the D mint mark to the right of Washington's ponytail. Despite the large mintage, most 1982 D quarters entered circulation and experienced heavy use, which wore down their surfaces and reduced the number of surviving examples in high grade. This factor is a major reason why the 1982 D quarter has become a sought-after collectible among modern coin enthusiasts and investors. Collectors often seek examples graded by Professional services like PCGS and NGC in grades MS65 and above, as they are significantly more scarce than in other years. The coin also represents an era of transition in the American economy and coinage. The early 1980s were a time of inflation, economic recession, and changes in metal prices, all of which influenced decisions at the U.S. Mint 1980 to sow both experimentation and cost-cutting efforts at the Mint, including trials with different dies, plankets, and minting techniques. Eras from this year are especially fascinating, with examples such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, and double dies, all adding layers of complexity and excitement for numismatists around the country. The 1980 to D quarter also serves as an educational tool for those learning how to identify key features of circulated and uncirculated coins, how to spot genuine mint errors, and how to grade a coin based on luster, contact marks, and strike strength. It is a great example of how even relatively modern coins can hold significant numismatic value due to historical circumstances, production anomalies, and collector demand. Over time, this quarter has evolved from being common pocket change to a significant collectible, with increasing interest in varieties and condition rarity. Some coin dealers and auction houses report strong demand and rising prices. Today we are going deep into the world of one of the most circulated and widely recognized coins in American history, the 1980 D Washington quarter dollar. This coin is more than just everyday pocket change. It is a product of decades of tradition, changes in minting technology, shifts in the American economy, and evolving numismatic interests, and its story connects us to the early days of American coinage, as well as the modern era. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the founding father and first president of the United States. The design, created by John Flanagan, featured a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse, while the reverse displayed a proud heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace. This design was chosen to replace the standing Liberty quarter and became an instant classic, remaining in circulation with minimal changes for decades now. Fast forward to 1980, the United States Mint was in the midst of a high production period, with the economy on the rise and inflation prompting changes in coin usage. The 1980 D Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark located to the right of Washington's ponytail. This facility was one of the most important in the country and had been producing coins since 1906. The coin itself was made of a copper-nickel clad composition, which had become standard since 1965 after the Coinage Act of 1965 removed silver from dimes and quarters. Due to rising silver prices, the clad coin features an inner core of pure copper with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it the recognizable silver-like appearance, but without the intrinsic metal value. This made it cost-effective for mass production and daily circulation. The 1980 D quarter weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Millions of these coins were struck and released into circulation, with a mintage that surpassed 500 million pieces. This made it one of the most common coins of its time. However, while the sheer number makes it seem ordinary, the condition, scarcity, and historical context give this coin hidden value. Collectors today look for coins in higher grades, especially those certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, and those in MS65 or better condition are far less common than circulated examples, making them more valuable and collectible. The 1980 D Washington quarter also represents an important point in numismatic history. During this era, the Mint was exploring efficiency upgrades and tightening quality control, but many coins from this period still show signs of rushed production, such as weak strikes, die fatigue, or planchet issues, which add another layer of interest for collectors and era hunters. Numismatists particularly value coins with unique traits such as doubled dies off-center, strikes die clashes, or coins with a full strong strike from a fresh die set, because these examples help tell a broader story of minting practices during the late 20th century. The Denver Mint has always been known for producing coins with sharp detail and quality control, and in 1980 it lived up to this legacy, but even so, the number of pristine specimens with original mint luster and full details is much lower than one might expect when factoring in circulation, wear handling, and the absence of collector preservation at the time. Over the years, the 1980 D quarter has grown in significance, especially among collectors who focus on full date runs of Washington quarters, or who appreciate the transition period that led up to the state quarters in 1999. Its value is not just monetary but also educational, teaching us about design longevity, historical symbolism, and the evolution of American currency. In the later part of this video, we will explore in depth the origin of the Washington quarter, the specific events of 1980 that affected coin production, market performance of the 1980 D quarter over time, grading tips from professionals, how to spot high grade and error examples, and what makes this coin a sleeper gem in modern numismatics. So whether you are a beginner building your first coin folder or a seasoned investor looking for key dates and high grades, the 1980 D Washington quarter dollar has a place in your collection and a story worth learning and sharing. Grab your loop, your coin albums, and join us for this deep dive into American history, minting tradition, and numismatic value with the 1980 D Washington quarter dollar here on LC Coins World. Today, we are diving deep into the incredible and often overlooked story of the 1985 P Washington quarter dollar, a coin that represents a key chapter in the legacy of American coinage and carries with it decades of political, economic, and cultural evolution. The Washington quarter series began in 1932, and it was intended to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The original design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, and it features a left-facing profile of Washington on the obverse with the word liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date centered at the bottom. The reverse design showed a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing readiness for war, and flanked by olive branches below, symbolizing peace. This design remained mostly unchanged for over 6 decades and stood as one of the most iconic pieces in American numismatics. By 1985, the Washington quarter had become a staple of everyday life in the United States, found in vending machines, laundromats, cash registers, and pocket change. Across the nation, the 1985 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P mint mark to the right of Washington's ponytail, and it was struck in massive numbers due to increasing demand for circulating coinage across the country. The Philadelphia Mint has historically played a central role in American coin production, and by the mid-1980s, it was operating with modern equipment, advanced die-making processes, and refined minting techniques to meet high production standards. This quarter was made using the clad composition that had been introduced in 1965, following the Coinage Act, which eliminated silver from dimes and quarters. The composition includes a core of pure copper surrounded by outer layers composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its familiar silver-like appearance while allowing it to be produced affordably for circulation. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded edge which is both a design element and a practical feature. To prevent counterfeiting and coin shaving, in 1985, the United States economy was in a period of expansion following the early 1980s recession. The demand for coinage was on the rise and the mint responded with increased production. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 775 million Washington quarters in 1985, making this one of the highest mintage years in the series. However, despite the high mintage, coins in mint state, especially those graded MS-65 and above, are significantly less common due to the quality control limitations and heavy circulation that followed their release. Collectors and numismatists value the 1985 Washington quarter for several reasons. First, it is an essential piece for anyone building a full set of Washington quarters from 1930 to 1998 before the introduction of the state quarters. Second, there is ongoing interest in coins from the 1980s as they represent a transitional period between older traditional coinage and modern collectible designs. Third, many collectors are interested in varieties and errors from this period, including off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and other unique minting anomalies that can significantly increase a coin's value. Condition is everything in numismatics, and the 1985 quarter is no exception. Circulated examples are common, but uncirculated examples with full luster, sharp detail, and clean surfaces are much harder to find. Grading services like PCGS and NGC play a crucial role in identifying and authenticating these high-grade coins, and population reports show that very few examples reach the highest levels of preservation. This creates a premium market for pristine examples and a strong incentive for collectors to search rolls, bags, and old collections for hidden gems. In the second half of this video, we will explore how to grade the 1985 quarter, what specific details to look for when identifying high-value specimens, and how the coin fits into broader collecting strategies, including registry sets and long-term investment portfolios. We will also take a deep look at how this coin has performed in the market over time, discuss the importance of provenance in coin collecting, and share stories from collectors who have discovered rare errors or exceptionally high-grade coins that have fetched impressive prices at auction. Whether you are just beginning your journey in coin collecting, or you are an experienced numismatist expanding your Washington quarter collection, the 1985 Washington quarter offers both accessibility and depth of interest. Its high mintage means you can find it easily, but its true numismatic value lies in the hunt for quality and uniqueness. We invite you to stay with us as we break down every angle of this fascinating piece of modern American coinage history right here on LC Coins World.